Chairman of the Romeo Planning Commission. And the first order of business tonight is to have a public hearing to hear comments, oral or written, for an application for a special land use for property at 134 West St. Clair. And the property is located in the Central Business District. And we have an applicant that wants to obtain a special land use for the property to become residential use. So at this point, I'll ask for any comments from the public. Having heard none, I will mention that we did receive 2 written comments that were both supportive of the change, and those will go in and be part of the record for tonight's meeting. Having said that, I will close the public hearing, and we will then go into the regular scheduled monthly Planning Commission meeting. And the first thing we need to do is have a roll call.
Okay, Edwards.
Here.
Fowler. Luther. Trapp.
Here.
Trubovich.
Here.
Kuzmano.
Here.
Grandstaff. Stegner.
Here.
And Webb.
Here.
That's it.
Thank you. Next item is the approval of minutes from our October 12th meeting. We all received copies of those minutes. Are there any questions, comments regarding the October 12th meeting? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
I move to approve the meeting minutes as written.
Motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Approval is covered. The next item on the agenda is public forum, and again, due to the lack of public, we don't have to spend any more time on that. And I guess we have, am I looking at a different meeting? No, that's right. We only have one item on the agenda,
Right.
which is the special land use. As we were discussing prior to the meeting starting, for any special land use request, the ordinance requires the Planning Commission to review 8 questions. And historically, we have always, meaning the Planning Commission, since I've been on it, ask each of those questions separately. And in order to expedite the process, what I'll do tonight is read those questions and hesitate and ask if anyone has a comment or has anything to offer to do so. And if hearing nothing, I will go on to the next question, and we will assume that those are affirmative answers when there is no response after I read the question. And we'll get through those 8 questions. If we have any discussion on any of them, of course, we will do that at that point. I had that separately from the book in here somewhere. Number 1, the proposed special land use shall be of such location, size, and character that it would be in harmony with the appropriate and orderly development of the surrounding neighborhood and/or vicinity and applicable regulations of the zoning district in which it is to be located. Number 2, the proposed use shall be of a nature that will make vehicular and pedestrian traffic no more hazardous than is normal for the district involved, taking into consideration vehicular turning movement in relation to routes, to traffic flow, proximity and relationship to intersections, adequacy of site distances, location, and access of off-street parking and provisions for pedestrian traffic, with particular attention to minimizing child-vehicle interfacing. Number 3, the proposed use shall be designed as to the location, size, intensity, site layout, and periods of operation of any such proposed use to eliminate any possible nuisance emanating therefrom, which might be noxious to the occupants of any other nearby permitted uses, whether by reason of dust, noise, fumes, vibrations, smoke, or lights. The proposed use shall be such that the proposed location and height of building or structures and location, nature, and height of walls, fences, and landscaping will not interfere with or discourage the appropriate development and use of adjacent land and buildings or unreasonably affect their value. The proposed use shall relate harmoniously with the physical and economic aspects of adjacent land uses as regards to prevailing shopping habits, conveniences of access by prospective patrons, continuity of development and need for particular services and facilities in a specific area of the village. The proposed use is necessary for the public convenience as proposed location. I've never quite understood that one, but it's there. Number 7, the proposed use is so designed, located, planned, and to be operated that the public health, safety, and welfare will be protected. The proposed use shall not be detrimental or injurious to the neighborhood within which it is to be located, nor shall such use operate as a deterrent to future land uses permitted within said zoning district, and shall be in harmony with the general purpose of the and intent of the zoning ordinance. Okay. Now, before I call for a motion on whether or not to recommend accepting this request for special land use, I think it's pertinent that we understand that the ordinance for special land use does call for a site plan and a site plan review. And I think to cover the bases here, it would be appropriate if someone were to make a motion to accept the documents presented to the Planning Commission as adequate for a site plan due to the fact that the property already exists, has been a residence in the past, and is going back to a residence. Would anyone like to make that motion?
Sure, I'll make that motion.
Okay. Okay, we have a motion and a second that accepts the documentation as presented tonight as adequate for the request due to the nature of the request. All in favor of that motion, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. At that point, we've covered all the requirements for the ordinance to satisfy the request for special land use. In this case, from central business district back to residential use. Is there anyone like to make a motion to that effect?
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Special land use has been accepted. Good luck.
I can go now?
Certainly.
Thank you, guys, I appreciate it.
Look forward to seeing you as a resident there.
Yeah, I look forward to having a little personal care back in that house. It's been
Yes.
neglected for a while. Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's haunted. Is it gonna be single family or just a single family?
That's always my understanding. Yeah.
There's a lot of rooms upstairs.
Well, thanks, everyone. I guess that concludes our business for tonight. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
All approved?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.